Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, man, I want to check in real quick. I had a collective message sitting for about a week and a half. Um, Spirit then wanted me to share. Um, so I'll probably just do that and get back to my book, hanging out a bit for my next couple sessions. But yeah, man, like I said, man, it's a lot going on. Let me show the landscape. We're on the beautiful Clinton River. One of the things we known for is the lakes, but we also got a whole bunch of rivers here in the great state of Michigan. So yeah, man, like I said, spring, summer, and fall here, man, it's quite a celebration. All due respect to all the winter sports junkies who like it. But yeah, man, it's really the only place I'd rather be, all things considered. Here in the spring, summer, and the fall. So, yeah, man, the main message, bro, like I said, especially related to human beings, the vast majority in every culture, in every community, every nation, there is this expectation to care. I said that in the other videos, like we're wired to look after each other, just like, the parental spirit I've been, tracking and studying for so long. And again, like I said, that's a famous, what's that dude name? I think Mr. Rogers quote. You're talking about disasters happening. It's like, put your focus on all the people who's rallying to help, And again, that's one of our biggest redeeming qualities. And, everything going on, especially these last couple generations, especially these past few years, it's really the only way to manipulate and control human beings outside of fear is through love. You know what I'm saying? That's why, even saw one of those, TV political people trying to get people to clap, talking about, yeah, we doing all this Canova stuff because we love y'all. Like, yeah, go ahead and clap. I'm like, bro, I don't want to get that started, because that's the other thing, man. Like I said, that's what helped me more than anything. Even when I was going through what I was going through, I was like, bro, I'm not going to be the one out here ruining it and blowing it for everybody, I'm a danger to myself and others, or I want to raise some hell, A lot of people ain't wired like that. And another way to tell is, like I said, I enjoy some of them, in my recreation time, these doggone pranks they be doing, scaring people. And like I said, bro, that's what we're talking about, especially, the galactic allies and the non-human intelligences, you know what I'm saying, the species. And it's like, bro, you just look at the way that humans will collapse in terror when they're afraid. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, something like that is all you really need to know. Like I said, that's not their natural state. They can't function in fear. So that's why, like I said, especially talking about, we were reporting about, why the majority of humans fall under this system. And that's at least what I was saying, is the fear or crystallized narrative. The crystallized narrative, just like money, you know what I'm saying? States, nations, geography over geology and all that. It's like, bro, that's the way that they grew up. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really see or perceive anything outside of that. And that's another reason why, us waves of volunteers, agreed to come, for the earth and for the humans, to hold that higher awareness and to be motivated by that, not motivated by money and statehood and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that collective expectation and care, bro, that the biggest redeeming quality. You hear that little bitty right now. The expectation to care. So that's the reason why, like I said, especially a lot of us, when you hurt children, there was a trial going on recently that little 7-year-old baby, dude killed her and all of that. It's like, bro, that's when you get the fury of God. And that's why I say you have to be a trusted vessel for God's love before you can be entrusted with God's fury, and just like in the life, you know what I'm saying? Those completely committed to it, those who chose it, those who don't have any other choice. Like I said, it's not so much protecting the species because, biologically, obviously, that's what we're wired for is procreation and, continuing the species growth, But at our level and our narratives, it's the innocence, it's the purity that we're protecting. And like I said, the children are the best parts of us, and they carry this innocence and this purity, that has to be protected because, just like in the hell realms and other spirits that's still able to be here, really, really heinous, ghastly stuff, you know what I'm saying? We was talking about that last night. They gave me a very, very good observation. I won't get too deep into it because it ain't for everybody, but just excellent observations on, and that's the biggest thing. I think I said it at the end of the last video. I was talking about, I'll explain why, the love light needs to extend down to the hell realms and why it has, I think I said it before, but again, it's just really important. But that was my response, about the different sides and aspects of me is like each one of them is singular, so whether I choose, again, the love, the light, the peace, and the joy, or, I decide to, stay here in the war and, and raise some hell on those who consented to it, that would be something that I'm consenting to. But like I said, the vast majority of everything down here is light, it's love, it's joy, and it's peace. So holding the light is the most important thing, because we got enough hell raisers, especially now. So yeah, man, that collective expectation and care, that's what still is the core of the human being and the human essence, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to continue to contribute to more than anything. Like I said, especially when it really went down, it's one of the main reasons I chose the self-isolation, because again, not only was I a danger to self and others, it's like, just like the work I do when I do my trauma work, I tell, patients and others, you got to be careful not to drag somebody into their trauma house. You have to willingly and want to come and do trauma work because of the impact that it can have, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like I said, that's enough for now. I'll post this, but the collective expectation of caring is the message that I want to get out and have to continue to be not just my motivation, but what I discipline myself to display, you know what I'm saying? That's why, I won't go that far. Peace.